So welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing our top 30 strongest One Piece characters of 2022. At the end of the year 2022. So this is our no, this is actually our third top 30 video we've done. Our first was actually the first video we ever did together on the channel, the the top 30 of 2021. And then the second top 30 video we did was midway to 2022, and then there's a third one, at the end of the year 2022. We're a little bit late. It's already February. But some people are
Black
they're
History
still
Month.
yeah, yeah. But some people are still, they're still discussing their top 30, because the year still started. So yeah, I guess we're not that late, but it's pretty late, So yeah. It took me a while, to come up with my top 30 because 2022 power skating wise was crazy for One Piece. So yeah. Crazy list. King of Lightning, he did his stream. He always does a stream every year. His list was his like the live that live stream was wild. It's crazy. It was insane. Leo, I showed him some highlights a little bit. I'm not sure if he remembers, but but yeah, that stream was crazy. I still haven't seen Brago's stream. That one was 7 hours shorter than King, but still it's a lot. I watch every YouTube video in 2 times speed, so I'll watch it in a day. But yeah, I guess I need to see that. Now before we start proper, I want to give a shout out to um Art Arthur Arthur Witt. So I'm not sure if this is Artur or Arthur, but Arthur Witt. And the reason why I'm shouting him out is because he has always commented in our top 30 videos, the two previous ones. And he always says that in the first top 30 we did, he says, why is Karakuri, Lucy, and especially Dofi on this list? Right? I understand the Lucy and Dofi, slander. But Karakuri though, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't understand that one. And then in the previous one, the last one we did, he said, yo, this list is trash. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm like, oh, that's okay. You don't have to apologize. It's our opinion, so I get it. But but he said, Dofi, Jembe. He said Dofi twice. He said Dofi, Jembe, Flamingo, Lucy, Yamato, and Raizo. Well, Raizo is understandable. Not sure if you remember, Leo, but you had Raizo in number 29. So that's what we did. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I
Okay.
remember. Of course.
Like,
You were stop giving me shit.
yeah. So, so Raizo is understandable, but Yamato, she's top 30 material. I don't know, like I think every YouTuber agrees that Yamato is somewhere in the 30s. So, so I'm surprised this guy thinks Yamato is not top 30. Lucy again is understandable. But also that was midway through the year. Now now he has Awakening and all that. So, not sure what he thinks now. But it's funny that he just said Doflamingo twice. He said Dofi and Flamingo. And Jinbei, I get it. Not everyone thinks Jinbei is a top 30 commandant, character. But that's understandable. So since not sure if he's going to comment on this one, but if he does, I don't know. Write down your top 30. I want to see. I want to see your take. Because you don't have Karakuri, and yeah, we know that he doesn't have Karakuri, Yamato, Lucy, Dofi, who else, and obviously Raizo. But I know his is gonna be very different from everyone else because like those are like the 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 I guess the most that those are the characters that you see a lot in top 30. So I'm very curious. Also, I'm not like trying to slander you or anything. I'm just curious. I'm very curious. What is your top 30? Because um, we're a small channel, so we don't receive a lot of comments. But so far, you have commented in the previous top 30. So I just want to know, like if you see this one and decide to comment, I'm just very curious. Was your top 30? And so yeah. Uh, I know it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. So yeah. Now, Let's start with the video proper. So, um, not sure if you have any honorable mentions, Leo, but I do. I have two. So
I have
also,
one. So
okay, okay. So yeah, I'm going to start. So my honorable mention, the first one I want to say is Jinbei. So
wow.
yeah, 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 yeah. Um, so the in the previous two top 30s that we did, Jinbei he kept going down and down. The first one that we did, I had him like in 25 or something. I don't know. And then the second one that we did, I think he went to like 27, or something like that. And this one he's not. He didn't make the cut. And this one he ended off in 31. So he barely, he almost made the cut, but he didn't. So that's one. The other honorable mention is the Seraphims. So initially when I made the list, I placed them at number 20. I placed all the Seraphims number 20. And I'm like, yeah, that it makes sense. But then I started thinking, they're new. They're like very new. They were introduced like, I don't know, like ten chapters ago, or something like along those lines. They're like very new in the story. We haven't seen much. But so I'm like, okay, let me wait for 2023. Let me wait until 2023 for that way I could properly scale them somewhere in the list. So I decided not to include the Seraphims. But yeah. Now what about you, Lil? What's your honorable mention?
Oh, so basically my honorable mention is number 31. I
Mm-hmm.
have Raizo.
Okay, okay. Uh, okay. I'm pretty sure that's a joke, right? Like it's not, or do you actually consider Raizo again for the list?
I thought about it briefly.
Briefly, but okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay. Okay, so that's our honorable mention. Okay. In my list, I have first commander. Like I consider every character in my list first commander level or higher. So it will be first commander, then Amro level, then Yonko level. Yeah, yeah. That's the list. Um, I'm assuming you're the same level, like, or I
I
know
guess I don't have a format. I just go off
you
vibes,
go
you know.
off by buys, but if I have, if I ask you, do you consider these characters, like first commander and above? So what will be your response?
I guess I think.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay. So there's that. What else? Oh, also in my list, I did not include characters like Gimu because we haven't seen anything. Lucky Roo, Jasab, who else? Dragon, that's another one that we really haven't seen much, but people still include him because they're just assuming. And yeah, um, I know Leo, you don't follow that because I know you have placed Dragon before Emu in the previous ones.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Leo he doesn't follow that, but I do. I just like to wait and see. For those characters, but yeah. Okay, now let's actually start proper. So my number 30 is Weevil. Then my number 29 is Boa. My number 28 is Rob Lucy, Rob Gucci from CP0. And my number 27 is Sir Crocodile. He made it on the list. And like a bunch of other people list too. And number 26 is Don Flamingo. Don Quixote Don Flamingo. So now Leo, you say you're 30 to 26 for that way we could, start discussing.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Sure. Okay. So
Good.
at number 30,
Mm-hmm.
I have Jesus Burgess. Uh,
No, no, no. Okay, we starting. Okay, we starting on strong. This okay. This is strong. This is a strong start. This is a strong start. Okay, gonna let you cook. I'm going to let you cook. Go on. Keep going.
at number 29, I have Sabo.
Okay.
At number
Okay.
28, I have Doflamingo.
Okay. Bingo.
At number
Bingo.
27, I have Weevil.
Okay. Weevil.
At
Okay.
number 26, I had King.
Okay. 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 Some people say that Sal was too low. Um, I don't know. I slander Sabo a lot in the videos and the top 30s because I just don't think he's that guy. But but yeah. Okay. Why Burgess is on your list? I know why, but I just want to hear you. I want to hear your reasonings. So why you have Burgess on Jesus Burgess on your list?
So basically, it's the top 30 strongest characters, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course, of
So,
course.
so why wouldn't I mention the literal strong arm of the Blackbeard pirates? Like he's he was decently strong before, but
Hmm.
recently got the muscle fruit,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the man's carrying mountains like with ease. Like, come on now, like in brute strength.
Hmm.
Come on, that's incredible.
I don't
Like,
know, Leo.
like
Okay, I don't know. For me, the Blackbeard pirates they're just not that impressive. Like overall, like I don't know. This is the only impressive guy for me is Van
this
Auger.
Blackbeard.
Oh, Blackbeard too,
Okay.
but Van Auger, Blackbeard of course. And also, but Blackbeard he's like I just really like the character, so I'm biased towards Blackbeard. But anyway, the other impressive character is Van Auger because the sniping feat that he has. But other than that, like Burgess for me, he's not impressive. Who else? Docu, not that he has a crazy level, yeah, but Law easily counter that, so not that impressive. Who else? Vasco shot, like they're not. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So, but I get it. I get it because yeah, he's the muscle of the crew. He's the champion. So his official title is a champion. So he's a wrestler. So he's strong, and he was strong before the through, like physically. He carried when he fought against Ace, he lifted the house effortlessly and flipped it over and all that. And now he's carrying mountains. Yeah, that's impressive. I don't know, man. It's just I don't know. I just gotta wait until those. I just gotta wait until the Straw Hat fights them, and you gotta wait and see how strong they actually are, But right now, I'm not that impressed by the Blackbeard crew, and I'm trying to yeah I think you're the only Jesus Burgess I've heard in the top 30. Like no one, I think no one really likes the guy. Like no one thinks that he's actually. I think no one really thinks that Burgess is that guy. So I'm very surprised that you mentioned him. The only the only Blackbeard crew member that I always hear in the top 30 is Shiryu. Um, So and also I know before unless you forgot about Shiryu, but I know before you had mentioned him, I had mentioned him in the top 30. So yeah. And then who was your 29? Who was your 29?
So,
Sabo. Okay, so um, compared to actually, he went up by one number because I have your I have your list of last year. He went up by one number. So okay. Why did he went up by one? Like what happened?
I mean, the reason why he got by one up by one
Yeah.
number, easy. Right,
Well,
right. So left the list.
that's why. Okay, I thought you were gonna say because Sabo and a few good men, fought a couple of admirals. I thought you were gonna say that, but okay. And
He
then
still got his soul captured though. So,
no, he didn't got captured. He escaped. He escaped.
oh, true,
Uh,
true, true, true.
he escaped. Uh, but yeah.
Well, he is in a
So
precarious situation though. So,
yeah, yeah. So I know if I don't know if this is your first time watching any of our videos, and this channel at least for me, I try Sabo a lot because I just don't think he's that guy. But I guess we could continue Sabo. We could continue this conversation later on about Sabo. But I know this is very low for a lot of people because a lot of people they really like Sabo and they think he is that guy. Also, the story thinks he is that guy too. The narrative that Oda's trying to push with Sabo. The Flame Emperor. Sabo and the few good men fought against the admirals, all that. They managed to they succeeded to get Kuma, so they succeeded the mission, I guess. So and right now Sabo, he's portrayed to be more infamous than Dragon, more so narratively speaking, some people think that he have him way too low, but I don't mind. I don't mind. Sabo 29. And then who's your 28?
The Flamingo. Dolphy
Ming
himself.
Mingo. Okay. Compared to last year, Mingo was also 28. Okay, okay. So since we both have Mingo on our like bottom five, a bunch of people in the community think that Don Flamingo is no longer top 30 material. What do you think about that?
I mean, understandable because
Mm-hmm.
we had like there are like I would say normally I wouldn't say power scaling, but like we have been seeing like technically stronger characters.
Yeah,
It's just
technically, yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you can there's an argument to be made, but like
Mm-hmm.
honestly, like I don't know, I think he's that guy. I think he can still hold up.
I
Like
think, yeah, yeah,
of course he isn't gonna be the tough guy like he was before, but
yeah,
like
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know, like he'll keep me up in the fight, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I agree. I still think to this day he still holds up as a top 30 commandant because he has a very skill. Like he's a master of his Dofru. He has like a bunch of tricks up his sleeves with abilities and powers and all that. User of the three types of hockey, and he's really good at it too. And he could take like he took a gamma knife took a gamma dive and he kept fighting because he fixed his organs and all that. So he could do that. He was, the bird cage was up, controlling a bunch of other people. He had a clone. Like this guy was doing a lot. He was doing a lot. And
Yeah.
some people say, oh, Cracker could be him or Smoothie or Jack or Queen. I just think he could easily beat Cracker, easily beat Jack and Queen and Smoothie, because for example with Cracker he's a glass cannon. He cannot. I think he said it. I think he said that he cannot withstand the pinch of a needle, like that. That how much he can withstand pain, right? The prickle of a needle. So the Flamingo, his strings are really strong. Like he could cut meteors, steel, like we haven't seen this man cut, like he has cut everything that we seen him like try to cut.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so I'm pretty sure he could cut the crackers too. Cracker soldiers, and or he could even control them with his strings, and have them fight amongst each other. But either way, yeah, Cracker, he's a glass cannon, so the woman could easily beat him. Yeah, that's like, yeah, Cracker is strong. Cracker could be stronger because he did try to when Doflamingo kicked Luffy in Gear Fourth, he couldn't penetrate the armament hockey. But Cracker, on the other hand, he did he cut Luffy in Gear Fourth. So yeah, Cracker, he has better armor. His armor hockey is stronger. But still, since he's a glass cannon, like characters like Don Flamingo, for example, who I think could beat him easily. Like um, he could like easily with his strings and all that. So in the case of Smoothie, we really haven't seen her fight, but but since I think Doflamingo is a first commander level character, that's why I have it on the list. So we really cannot talk much about Smoothie since again we haven't seen much of her. But again, it just Doflamingo with his strings. It's tricky. It's tricky. So yeah. Jack. Actually, me and my brother there they were talking about Doflamingo, the top 30, and we know Doflamingo, he's very afraid of Kaido because it's Kaido, of course. Like who isn't afraid of Kaido. So me and my brother were talking that like is Doflamingo still top 30, and my brother, he still thinks he's top 30. I also still think he's top 30 material, but in the lower 30s. Like he's not up there. He's in the bottom five of the 30s. So my brother, he said that it would have been nice if in Dressrosa there was a scene with like Jack, he shows up to this Rosa to do like I don't know to do something like I don't know maybe get some smiles or he was ordered by Kylo to check up on the flamingo or something. And it will be interesting to see a scene with Jack interacting with the flamingo. For that way, if Don Flamingo's afraid of Jack, then now we could discuss that. Okay, Don Flamingo, he's not that guy because he's afraid of a third commander like Jack, you know. But there's also the possibility that he's not afraid of Jack. He's only afraid of Kylo. But since we never seen Don Flamingo interact with Jack, Queen, or King, or any of the other third commanders like Cracker, or Smoothie, or Kakari, or Jesus Burgess, Shiryu, who else? Renalgar. You know, we haven't seen him interact with a third commander level character. Well, but you know, I just remember the war. You know, Marineford. You know, he fucking Josu. He he yeah, Josu. I think I'm pretty sure Josu, and some you know some of the Whitebeard allies and all that, and he was mopping the floor with them from what I remember. So yeah, he has fought characters of that caliber. But some people will argue, oh, the Whitebeard pirates they're not that strong. Some people argue that, but but yeah. Anyway, this is like a long explanation. That I just still think that the Wingo he could fight against third commander and second commander characters. But when it comes to first commander level, like you know King, Katakuri, Marco, Shiryu. Well, Shiryu he's not first commander, but all the considers him as a first commander because you know, he do that art the color spread without the first mates and Shiro was there. Technically Burgess is the first mate of the Blackbeard crew, but you know although do Shiryu, yeah, you know what although he's trying to push that agenda that Shiryu is stronger than Burgess, you know that's kind of like the agenda he's trying to push there, but anyway, yeah, like he could tangle with second or third, but when it comes to first commanders, that's where I think you know that's where I think you know he cannot fight against those people. He could, but it's gonna be really tough. So yeah, Do you? I'm pretty sure you agree with me, right? You know, like for example, we're Cracker.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, yeah, okay. So yeah. I have him a little bit higher than you, but you know he's in the bottom five for you as well. Then 27 was Weevil. You said
Yes.
okay.
Weevil the Warlord.
Weevil the Warlord. Okay, Weevil. So he was also last year 27. So interesting. Interesting that he didn't went up or go down because you know he fought against Green Bull. I don't know what that happened this year. Never mind. That happened this year. So that will not count for last year. Um.
I mean,
So
even if I did count it,
mhm.
if I did count it, like
Yeah.
it wouldn't have like propelled him up, because he still lost.
No. I'm saying down. Like we'll
Oh,
put him down because I think some people did that. I think some people they placed we were lower because of the whole Green Bull thing.
I
Uh,
mean,
but
our Maki is a fucking admiral,
yeah,
so
yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. He is Admiral, so it's expected of him to do that, you know, because he you know Green Bull. He said in Wano that if Admiral loses to Bozo's commanders, you know, like he literally said Bozo's to a couple of Bozo's commander, you know, pirates, it will tarnish the Admiral name. So so yeah, and you know, he defeated King and Queen. You could argue, oh, they were weak and blah blah blah. They were not full power, you know, but that happened days after the battle. So um, I'm pretty sure they were like at least 95%, you know, healed up. So so yeah, he beat them, you know. So yeah. But you know, some people think that Green Bull he's not that strong because of what happened with Shanks and all that. But we could talk about that more later on once we get to the to you know to Green Bull. So yeah. And then you have who was your
King.
26? King?
Number
King?
26 is King. Yeah,
King the Wildfire. Okay.
yeah, the
Interesting.
wildfire himself. Yeah.
Yeah, the Wildfire. Okay. Um. So are you going to ask me why I have Crocodile on my list, or anything like that, or
Also,
or
I think I think it's blanked when you say crocodile. I'm like,
Oh, you
huh.
okay?
Okay.
Okay,
I
okay.
I,
You
I
did.
think it might have blanked, but like understandable because he's working with fucking Mihawk, so I
Okay,
consider it.
okay,
I
okay.
consider it, but since I don't have any evidence to back it up, so
Yeah, it's the warlord tax, the cross guild tax, the new bounty tax. That's what people are saying. In my case, I was thinking about this. Some people say Don Flamingo he's not top 30, but those same people place Crocodile in their top 30 this year, and nah, by this year, yeah, I mean 2022. So it's funny to me because thinking of the top 30, I just realized, oh wait, Crocodile, although likes to portray him at the level of Don Flamingo, at least during the war. They clash, they're always together, talking to each other, all that. I think Don Flamingo even came up to Crocodile and like, hey, we should work together, and Crocodile said no because because like Don Flamingo, he's crazy, so he's like, I don't want to work for someone like you, so or work with you or whatever. I just don't want a partnership with someone as crazy as you. So he denied. But if Don Flamingo went up to Crocodile and be like, hey, we should work together, so that means Crocodile is comparable to Don Flamingo, or at least Don Flamingo thinks that Crocodile is comparable to him. So, so I find it funny that for the 2022, a bunch of people removed the Flamingo, but they included Crocodile because of the warlord tax and all that. And those same people
uh,
think those same people are saying, ah, Don Flamingo he's not top 30, but Crocodile though, he is top 30. So I just find it funny. So this year I decided to include Crocodile. Uh, it is because of the warlord tax and all that, but also I started thinking about it. I'm like, oh wait, but like ever since Marineford, Oda has been trying to say that Crocodile, he's like at least on the same level as Don Flamingo. And also, not sure if you probably know this fact, but Oda many years ago he mentioned that he kind of regrets introducing Crocodile too early into the story. Uh, so that's why Marineford Crocodile was handling business. There's the famous meme of Crocodile before Marineford, and he's like the I think it's the Doge dog, the Shad Doge dog and the weak Doge dog. So
yeah, yeah.
so Crocodile before Marineford is the weak Doge dog, and he's like, oh, water is my weakness. Water is my weakness. I lost to a pre-gear Luffy or whatever. And then Crocodile during Marineford is the Shad dog, and it's like, where's Whitebeard giving his head, or clashing with Mihawk. Oh yeah, I think he did clash with Mihawk once in the war. Clashing with Don Flamingo, attacking Akainu. He did that at one point during the war. Landy, it didn't do any damage, but this dog, kind of briefly. So so yeah. Um, it took me a while to realize that Don Flamingo is top 30, but because in the previous top 30, I didn't have him in the top 30. But I'm like, after thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, he does deserve his spot, and if he's here, Don Flamingo should be here too, because Oda loves to push that narrative that they're equals. There's even this art that Oda did, like official art that he drew, like the Flamingo and Crocodile like hanging around. It's one of my favorite arts that Oda has done. Not sure if you've seen it. If I could find it, I will send it to you. But it's a really cool art that he did. Like it's like they're like they're dressed really cool, and they're just hanging out, whatever. So yeah. So that was your okay. So to recap, you said 30 Jesus Burgess, 29 Sabo,
That's correct.
mm-hmm,
Uh huh.
28 Mingo, 27 Weeble, and 26 King. So King, where was King last year for you? Oh, King went down for you. Interesting. I'm curious why, um, but but I guess we will find out once we get to your 25 and the rest. So, and what about my list? Is there anything that stands out from my list so far, for you?
That could repeat them again.
Okay,
Cause
so 30 Weevil, 29 Boa, 28 Rablushi, uh, yeah, 28 Rablushi, 27 Crocodile, and 26 the Flamingo. So
Boa was
nothing.
still hanging. Boa was still hanging for you.
Yeah, Boa's still there because same thing Warlord tax, I remember it's so funny. I remember in the previous top 30s was the Conqueror's hockey tax because that's the new meta now, Conqueror's hockey. And that was you know also Stampede, but I know it's just I know we should not include Stampede as a gauge of Boa's strength. But if I include Stampede, Ball should be a little bit more higher because the thing that she does in Stampede is just insane. The stuff that she does in that movie is very impressive. So but not including Stampede, I just have her in the lower. We with the other warlords basically, except Raw Lucy, he's not a warlord. But yeah, I just have her down there with the other warlords. The bounty raise. That should be indicative of her strength. I think her bounty is I think her bounty is higher than any of the other commanders, the first commanders. Same thing with Crocodile, Weevil. Actually, I don't think we know what Weevil's bounty is, and Doflamingo his is frozen because he's an impel down. But I'm pretty sure it once he escapes, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna have another breakout from impel down. Once he escapes, his bounty will be up there like in the level of Crocodile and Boa. So yeah. And then in Revolution, I have it in the 28. Last year, what did I have him last year? Let me check. I think last year I had him in 30. Let me confirm. Yeah. So not last year, the last top 30 with it. I had him 30, and oh, that was before Awakening too. He went up a little bit because of the Awakening, but yeah. But some people will say, oh, he's a bum. Luffy's a bum because he lost against Luffy. I'm like, of course.
Oh no,
I'm like, of course he lost against Luffy. It's Luffy. Like,
no. Yeah.
it's like saying, I don't know. Let me think of it's like saying, Arlong is a bum because he lost against Kizaru. I'm like, of course. Like, it's like, well, Arlong he is a bum, but I don't know. It's like on that level though. It's like on that level, Like, of course, Rob Lucy lost against Luffy because it's Luffy. Like, I think he will lost against Zoro too and Sanji. So it makes sense that he lost. And just because he lost, that doesn't mean he's top 30. It's just he's in the bottom of the 30 because obviously this character is stronger than him, but also he's stronger than other characters that we've seen so far, in my opinion. And now because of the Awakening, it proves what you and me been saying in the previous top 30s, that he should be up here because CP0 and all that. But now because of Awakening, that's like solidifies why he's here or why we think he's here. So yeah. Then yeah, I think that's all. For mines. So do you want to continue? There like no more discussions here.
So far, no.
Okay. So okay, let's continue. Let's see if we go with this pace then. So I will continue with my 25 to 21. Yeah. So my 25 is who's my 25? King. So my 25 is King. Then my 24 is Marco the Phoenix. My number 23 is Kyra Curry. And then I'm laughing because I placed them lower this year. And then my 22 is Kid, and my 21 is Law. So okay. So what's your 25 to 21?
So my 25 is Jinbei.
Oh, Jimbe, man, on your list. Wow, also 25 too. Wow, Mr. Be a Man. Okay. Okay, so who's your 24?
24 the Seraphim.
Oh, you had the whole. Okay, you had the whole seraphims. Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Number 23, I have Rob Lucci.
Robertito Gucci. Okay, Roberto. Okay, okay,
At number 22, I have Kid.
okay, okay.
And at number 21, I have Sanji.
Oh wow. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. The next person better be Zoro. I don't know. Or I was expecting Law next, but okay, okay, Sanji. Okay, okay, okay. So okay. Now repeat that just in case for I could write it down. So 25, you said
Jinbei.
Jinbei. Okay. And
24, Seraphim.
the Seraphims. Okay.
23 is Rob Lucci.
Okay. Robertito, yeah.
Number
Rob.
22 is Kid.
Kid, and then you said Sanji.
Yeah, Sanji. Yeah, Sanji
Okay.
Vinsmoke.
Yeah, Ben Smoke Sanji. Okay. Wow. Uh, so 25 Jinbei. So okay, so you do think he's top 30.
Of
25,
course.
25.
Of course.
It just thinking about it, thinking about it a little bit. He kind of did struggle a little bit with Who's Who, like a little bit briefly in the beginning. Who's Who was pampering him. I'm not being sus here, but he was with the bites, he was hurting him, all that. I think also like around the end of the fight where Jinbei got angry because Husu was being racist, so Jinbei got angry, and and then he managed to one shot him basically with but it wasn't one shot because they were fighting, but with like one blow he managed to finish him off, and but again I think he did struggle a little bit in the beginning, and Husu he's not top 30. I still think Jinbei could be Jack. For example, maybe he will struggle a little bit with Queen, but maybe I don't know. But I think on a good day, I think he could be Queen. But that has to be on a good day, like I don't know, it has to be raining. There's like a bunch of water near him. Yeah, that's like a good day for Jinbei. But but yeah, I don't know. I just don't see it. I just don't see right now. I don't see him being top 30. Maybe later. I think this is gonna be my prediction for at the end of the series. But by the end of the series, Luffy's going to have at least 5 crew members in the top 30, and this including Yamato because of course he's going to join eventually. So for me these 5 are going to be obviously Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji. Yamato since he's going to join later on, and Jinbei. So those going to be my top 5. I mean, not top 5. Those are going to be my 5. Or the Straw has their by the end of the series going to be top 30. Um, that are guaranteed to be in the top 30. Maybe I don't know. Maybe if Oda he wants, he could throw in Usopp. Like I don't know, Usopp gets the Mjolnir or something in Elbaf, and the yeah, and that's going to like make him stronger. But because Usopp he did have Usopp hammer. I remember that back in the day. He used Usopp hammer, and he had the 10 ton and the I think it was the 50 ton. And I think it would be really neat if he does get Mjolnir, like in Elbaf. I think that would be really cool because like to bring back the whole Usopp hammer thing. But actually get an actual hammer that he could actually use and fight and all that. I think that would be really neat. But anyway, that if that's like a what if, a what if that I would prefer, like a little theory, I guess. So okay. So Jinbei. Okay, I don't mind though because Mr. Be a man, Jinbei. So yeah. Now Seraphims, you had them at 24. Okay,
Yes.
interesting. So that's lower than me because, like I said, when I made the list for the first time, I had them at 20. So interesting, 24. And so here's
I
my question. Here's a question
uh
to you. So do you think they're first commander level or admiral level? What level do you think they are?
I don't know, cause they're a bit of a wild card. Wild card. You get what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Okay. Yeah, there are. There are.
Like, at best, I feel like they're like the warlords, but a bit stronger.
A bit stronger than
Cause
the
like,
warlords. Okay.
yeah, cause they're the warlords themselves. But like, it's
Yeah.
not being like a human or in the case of Jinbei, a fish man.
Yeah.
they're Lunarian. Like
Yeah,
they have that boost to their resilience, strength.
yeah,
Plus the ones that don't have low fruits, now they have one.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but I don't know. Like, we haven't seen enough to say like, oh, they're number 10, they're number 15, where you go. What I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
they're strong enough to be top 30, but it was a bit iffy placing them. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, I get what you mean. I
like
get what you mean.
I
Yeah,
counted them all as one. So it's
yeah.
not like
Hmm.
so one, like, some of them are gonna be stronger than the others. Like I'm pretty sure the yeah, not all the Seraphim are created equal. So
No, no, I disagree on that. I think every seraphim is equal in the distinct strength. At least that's my opinion because Vegapunk he made all of them. So why will he make some stronger than the others? I think because in the story, obviously Bo is weaker than Mihawk, but Vegapunk, since he's the one making them, he'll be like, like at least for me, if I was making them, I will make them all equal strength and stronger than the original. So at least that's what I think. I think they're all equal strength. There's so far there's been nothing in the series to prove me wrong, but also there's nothing in the series to also prove me right. So so it's
it's
like
speculation at this
yeah,
point.
it's just speculation, and that's what I think. I don't know. For me, it just makes sense to make them all equally strong. Like for example, Mihawk, he's obviously the strongest of the warlords. So let's make it, like, oh, let's make all of them as strong as Mihawk, or stronger than him because they're supposed to replace the warlords. So yeah. But 20, what was it? 24. That's a good placement.
24, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
placement. Um. So yeah. Um. I think right now where they're at in the story, they're like high. They're like high first commander level. Maybe maybe like once they get a little bit older, because they're kids. Once they get a little bit older, that's when they start reaching the admiral level. But right now they're like high first commander. And so yeah, that's what I think. And yeah, we still haven't seen all of them also. Like do they have a crocodile? Do they have a Mingo?
They have
Uh
a buggy.
do they have a boogie? Yeah, that'll be funny if they do have a boogie. And we haven't seen if was Mihawk's was S Hawk's Devil Fruit. Something that I thought about today because I saw a tweet. Someone said, what will be your reaction if Mihawk turns out all this time Mihawk had Devil Fruit? So what will be your reaction to that?
My react.
Yeah,
I'm like, uh, like he's good at keeping secrets.
yeah. Yeah, there's that. There's that, and everyone else because no one has brought it up, but um some people were saying, oh, that would be lame. Some people were saying, oh, so I will have him higher on my list then because he had the offer all this time and he hasn't even used it. That means
Yeah, yeah.
that means he is that guy. But I still I got me thinking. So in this scenario of Mihawk having the offer, that means that Seraphim has the offer. So what if Oda could throw a curveball and say the Delphi that the Seraphim has is actually Mihawk's Delphi, and that's like a way to like tease the Mihawk's like Delphi, um, because I not sure if I did brought this up. I'm probably misremembering, but I think in one of the previous videos, not sure, but I think I did mention, what if the Mihawk Seraphim has a fruit that we haven't seen before? Like a new new Delphi fruit that fits perfect for Mihawk. And then when I saw that tweet today, got me thinking, oh, what if that's the case? What if he has a new Delphi that we haven't seen that's perfect for Mihawk because that is the Delphi that Mihawk has. Or maybe or someone did brought up what if the store has a Delphi, Yoru. That could be a possibility too. I wouldn't mind, but I wouldn't mind if Yoru has a Delphi. But yeah, and I wouldn't mind if Mihawk has a Delphi too. some people say that some people said that that will make Mihawk weaker or whatever, like in their eyes. Like, oh, he has a devil
Now
fruit.
that will make him stronger in my eyes.
That will make
Cause
yeah,
he's
that
been
will
doing all this shit well to using it. Like he's been holding back.
yeah, yeah. Like it just those are the people. Those are the people who wants Mihawk to be a pure swordsman. Like pure swordsmanship. You know what I mean. No,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
hockey, no hockey because there's some people well, these some people are like, oh, Mihawk doesn't fight with hockey, or it's just pure swordsmanship. But I'm like, throughout the series, you know, characters have mentioned that sword training is very similar to hockey training. You know, so if he uses hockey, that's swordsmanship. Because also he taught Zoro how to use hockey, like hockey too. So he must have hockey. I don't know. Those are the weird. Those people are weird. I don't know the people who thinks that B hockey fights while using hockey or whatever, or when he had the some people think that when he fought against Shanks, all those years ago, that in every fight he told Shanks, only use your sword, don't use your hockey, don't use your conquerors, don't do this, don't do that. It's just a sword. It's just a fight with swords. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what those people think that, but I don't know. For me, it's obvious that they use hockey in their fights. Like of course, like he taught Zoro how to use hockey, so he must know how to use it. So yeah. So Seraphims, number 24, and then 23, Rob Lucci. He's higher than me. I'm pretty sure it's because of the awakening, right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, makes sense. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention it. Good thing you have Lucy in yours because I just remember something. There's a group of people saying, "Oh, Lucy, he's a bum because he lost against Stussy." I'm like, con
Please
like
don't.
context, the nuance of a situation just doesn't exist for these people because she sees them, caught him off guard. There's that too, and then it seems her Delphi, assuming it's a Delphi, but it has to be a Delphi. So it seems her Delphi is Barry has a broken ability. It has like one specific broken ability that she used so far in the arc. So because of that, for me, it makes sense that she knocked out Lucy briefly. So if it just makes sense. Same thing with Kaku. She did the same thing with Kaku. And then something also we brought this up in the previous One Piece video that we did. We brought this up, but I'm bringing it up again here. So because it's the top 30, we're power scaling all that, so we have to bring this up here. Now, something that I forgot to mention in that video is that Stussy is the clone of a Rock's Pirate member, so she has to be strong either way. Like you know, so
Yeah, yeah.
so yeah. Since she's a clone of a Rock Pirate member, and she used Sea Stone and all that stuff, it just makes sense that she knocked Lucy out. But again, also nuance, the context of the situation. Stussy and Shaka said that Stussy, she had to use these underhanded tactics to win because Stussy said that she knows that those two are stronger than her. Shaka said that the only way she won is because she got him off guard. So yeah, the nuance, the context of the situation matters. So so yeah, Rob Lucci number 123. Yeah, it makes sense for me. And also there's the awakening. Yeah, but like I mentioned earlier, yeah, he lost against Luffy, but it makes sense. It's Luffy. Like, he had to lose against Luffy. There's no way he was going to win, especially with Gear 5. So yeah. And then you said Ken, 22. Also same spot as last year. Same thing with Lucy. Also not last year. I keep saying last year, but it technically is last year. But the
Yeah.
last top 30 that we did.
The
So
previous one.
yeah, the previous one. So yeah, Lucy in the previous one was also 23, and Kid was also 22, and then also Sanchi was also 21. So okay, so far, so far I guess it's been the same, similar. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
so so interesting for you, kid. He did not went up. He did not went down. He just stayed the same for you.
I mean, we haven't seen more of Kid though, so
Yeah, that's true. That's true. For me, same thing. Kid, well, for me, kid is also my same place as the last time. Same thing with law. Uh, I was thinking should I put law higher, but then I'm like, I don't know. I just don't see it. You know. Law he is stronger than Kid. Yeah, obviously. Law he carried that fight against Big Mom. The shock wheelies, the awakening, all that. We said this so many times in the previous top thirds and videos and all that. That throughout that fight. Also, we're not the only one who brought this up too. A bunch of other people like Big Mom throughout the fight. She kept praising Law. She not once she mentioned Kid. Um, I do gotta give Kid credit. There's that one part with Big Mom. She dodged one of Kid's attack. That was the only time. Every other time she took them. Um, but also wasn't even lost too. It just Kid. He stuck her into this tower. Big Mom couldn't move. Yeah, she was going to get hit, so she is like, okay, let me just rip the tower off the floor and just move around with it. You know. So it was a funny moment, but still, it's technically a dodge. I guess you could argue, yeah, she dodged the attack, but yeah, she was doing that to get out of the tower, but still. Um, And so yeah, I'm fine with Kid 22. Some people say, oh, that's too low. Some people will argue that's too high. I think it's for me, I think it's just right. You know, we do gotta see more from Kid. Um, Hopefully, I don't know, and I think what's going to happen. I agree with Randy Troy's theory that that Kid he's causing havoc in the Obath, because he is going to Obath. So the theory that he's going to cause havoc, and that once Luffy shows up, Luffy has to fight Kid. The difference between me and Randy Troy thinks it's gonna be a fight. I don't think it's gonna be a fight. I think it's gonna be a wash, and and Luffy's going to deal with that quickly. So yeah, the same way that he dealt with Lucy, he's gonna do with Kid. Maybe with Luffy need 3 attacks. With Kid, he probably needs like 5. You know. So yeah. And then Sanji 21. So, do you saw the video that I sent you about Sanji versus Kakuri? Or no?
I think I watched it part way, but it's
Oh,
been
okay.
like 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, it actually been a while that I sent you that video. Okay. Interesting. Because I saw it. And I'm like, I agree with this guy. And basically he said that's why I have Kakuri a little bit lower. Because you and me, we're both Kakuri fans. We're like he is that guy. But also in this list, I tried to take my biases off a couple of characters. For example, I guess there's another sample coming up of a certain character that I'm very negative towards, right? But I just have to, it just have to, the narrative, like the narrative says that he is that guy, so I'm like, okay, let me have him higher than before. So, but in the case, so I'm so with Ken, I just don't, I just don't see him as that guy as other people do. But narratively speaking, he did fought against Big Mom with Law. So narratively speaking, he should be higher than Kakuri. That's the only reason why Kakuri is below him. But if we include my biases, then Kakuri should be higher. Including my biases. But narratively speaking, yeah. I have to be fair. I have to be fair. So that's why Kakuri he's lower. The fanboy in me, is disagreeing, but it's just it is what it is. That's the narrative. And also, I guess I should mention. I should have brought this up in the beginning in the video, but just because, for example, just because I have Law over Katakuri, that doesn't mean Katakuri could beat Law. It could not beat Law. Like in One Piece, most of the time, is the strong character beats the weaker character. But there's some cases, that specific characters have specific abilities that are perfect in the specific situation. So Katakuri, for example, he has future sight. So because of that, he does has a specific advantage over a bunch of characters. Boa, for example, BDA Law, YouTuber, he a One Piece YouTuber, he brought up that the reason One Piece power scaling is so difficult is because we got characters like Boa that could injure you even though she's weaker than you because her Delphi just works like that. Um, like she could, if she kicks you, that area turns into stone, partially. So characters like One Piece is tricky because we got characters like Boa, we got character like Caesar that that he can manipulate gas and all that. It's just Caesar, he's kind of dumb sometimes, so that's why he's not a top 30 combat. That's why he's not top 30 level character, but he does have broken abilities. Magellan, for example, some people to this day, some people still have Magellan on the top 30s because of his broken door fruit of the feats. So One Piece is difficult to power scale. So just because I have Law over Katakuri doesn't mean that Katakuri cannot be Law. You get what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So but it's just some people they will see Katakuri. I mean Katakuri on their kid. Ain't no way. But yeah, it's just my list is kind of like the narrative and also the feats and the portrayals and all that. So that's my list is like a mixture of all that. So yeah. And then Sanji, not but here. So Sanji, I guess I just need to see who we have next, for that way we could, for that way we could. I just gotta see who we have next. But anything else about my list that you want to discuss?
yours
To repeat, I have okay. So to repeat, I have 25. I have where's the? I was about to say the last list. No, so 25. I have King the Wildfire. 24. I have Marco. 23 Kakuri. 22 Kid, and 21 Law. So anything there that you want to? I don't
I,
know.
I I'm surprised. Like, even though Law is higher than Kid, it's only by one. I'm surprised at that.
Yeah. So I was thinking to place him higher. You know, like way higher than Law. I mean, way higher than Kid. But then I saw who everyone else I have on the list, and I'm like, yeah, I kinda place
You
Law
can't justify it.
in good faith. Yeah, in the heart of hearts, I cannot justify. So I'm like, Law stays where he is. So yeah, but yeah. Okay, so Law, yeah, that's the that's like the one that is, but also narrative. Again, going back to the narrative, um, narratively speaking, although he's trying to portray Law and Kid as equals, same thing with Luffy, but mostly Law and Kid because they fought against Big Mom together. So I guess if we ask Oda, this makes sense. Like the Law above, Law and Kid being the same bracket. So, but for some people, that's like it seems blasphemous for some, but yeah, but that's all for that. We could continue with the list.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess I will say my 20 to what was it? Yeah, 20 to 16, right? Yeah. Okay, so my number 20 is Yamato. My number 19 is Sanji, Ben Smoke Sanji. My number 18 is Roronoa Zoro. And my number 17 is Shiryu of the Rain. And my number 16 is Sabo. Okay, the Flame Emperor Sabo. Okay, so now what's your 20 to 16?
Okay, so there's a lot of similarities, but
Oh,
I'm getting
okay,
ahead of myself.
okay. Go
So
on.
at number 20, I have Yamato.
Okay.
At number 19, I have Katakuri.
Yep. Okay.
At 18, I have Zoro.
Zoro. Okay, roll Nora.
At
Okay.
17, I have Shiryu. And
Mm-hmm.
at 16, I have Law.
Oh wow, Law is way higher, compared to me and the kid as well. Okay. So so if I remember correctly, let me, I'm writing this down as you. So you said 20 Yamato, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Yamato. And then you said 19. Who was it?
Katakuri.
Katakuri. Katakuri. I think you said Zoro and then Shiryu, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Zoro, then Shiryu, and then you said Law.
Law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Shiryu, and then Law. Okay, interesting. So earlier, Sabo was the character I was referring to earlier. The character that I'm very negative and I trash talk a lot. But narratively speaking, I have to place him high because well, not too high because I still need to trash him, but somewhere relatively speaking high up there. Um, also for me, like starting with Yamato around there, I consider these characters close to Amber level. They're like close to Amber level. So yeah, I do think Zoro and Sanji they're there. I think they're ready for Amber. Um, narratively speaking, Shiryu should be stronger than Zoro, so that's why he's naturally I place him above Zoro. But I do have to be honest. When I first made the list, I placed Shiryu lower Zoro because, again, I just don't think the Blackbeard crew they're that impressive. But I'm like, how about the narrative? I do think I gotta think about the narrative. I'm like, um, you know, I cannot be like Kendrick this time. Um, you know, like in Father Times, I cannot be like him. So, if you heard the song, you don't want to talk about, but so yeah. And then Sabo, sixth thing. This is the highest I play Sabo ever since we done the top 30s. I think I think the first one we did I had him 30, and then he went up I think like by one or two or whatever, and then now he's in 16. So the narrative, he Sabo and a few good men went up against two Admirals. Um, we can, like I kind of said, we cannot give excuses to the Admirals, but I'm like I kind of like they were fighting in Marie Joel's, and Green Bull, he's a Celestial Dragon bootlicker, so of course he's not going to go all out. He kind of, he kind of damage Marie Joel's. He, the place is sacred for him, so he kind of damage the Fujitora. He has to think about the civilians and everyone else, so they have to hold back. So I kind of saying that like, oh, we kind of make excuses for them, like, but you have to though because and it makes sense that they were holding back in that situation. They cannot go all out. They cannot injure a Celestial Dragon. So yeah. And also Fujitora, he was bandaged up after the fight. Sabo, he was clean. I guess you got you got think about those things. So that's why I have him 16. I cannot place him higher. I got wait and see, but this is the highest I will go for now. 16 for me. Some people say, oh, that's too low. Some people, have him top 10. Um, for me, that's too much. That's way too high. But yeah, we just gotta wait and see. And then so what do you think? What do you think about me placing Sabo this high? Yeah.
I mean, it certainly surprised me though.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm surprised too. But you think but like me saying about the narrative, all that, but it sounds
it's a,
reasonable.
it's a it's a sound argument, yeah.
Yeah, because like, oh, Flame Emperor, he's more infamous than Dragon, all that. So
I disagree with the narrative, but it's a sound argument.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I disagree with the narrative too, but that's yeah. It just um, that's what Odo is pushing, and I don't know. We gotta wait and see. Maybe he trained with the fruit, and he's actually strong. It's just you know most of this is like from this Rosa because that's like the only time we see him fight. We didn't saw him fighting the Reverie, so this all that we know is just hearsay. Like oh yeah, Sabo and the few good men fought two Admirals. That's all we know. That's all we know. And yeah, they managed to escape. That's good. So yeah. Of course, the admirals are no slouch. They're admirals for a reason. So, so yeah. Then you have let's see. Then you Shiryu over Zoro makes sense. That's make perfect sense. That's the narrative. So, uh, but honestly speaking, forget about the narrative. Do you think Shiryu is actually stronger than Zoro?
I mean, it's hard to say because I feel like he has more up his sleeve, like currently. You know what I mean? Like, there's something that we haven't seen from him.
Yeah, probably. Probably he was the warden. You know, he was the warden, but then he was bloodthirsty. He killed the inmates, so that's when Magellan became the warden. So yeah,
Uh,
and Blackbeard, he got him because of his strength. And also Oda when he did the color spray with the first mates, he included him in there even though he's not the first mate. Also, I say that, but Oda did mention in the SBS that color spray wasn't the first mates. It was actually the strongest characters of the crews, besides the captains. So the second strongest. Of course, Zoro was there, and Beppo, of course, because he has Sulong. All the they mentioned the reason why Beppo was there is because of his Sulong. So, who else was there? Of course, Rayleigh, Kakuri. So characters that make sense to be there. Sabo as well. Sabo was there, and Shiryu because he's not the first mate, but he is the second strongest in the crew. So yeah. Now you see, now that I think about it, is Aokishi part of the crew? Because Aokishi he is working with Blackbeard, but you know what I mean, like Easy actually part of the crew. Like Royce is a guy, helping Blackbeard, and Blackbeard doesn't consider him as part of the crew, but he's around. I order him around, but because honestly for me, Aokishi is stronger than Shiryu, so so yeah. I guess we gotta think consider that. But yeah. So I already mentioned what I think about Shiryu versus Zoro. I think with my biases included, like if I'm including my biases, I think Zoro is stronger than Shiryu. But narratively speaking, Shiryu has to be stronger. So yeah. And then why do you have why do you have Zoro and Sanji apart? You know.
Cause yeah, I get the confusion.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I get the doubt.
Uh huh.
But I feel like Sanji hasn't proven himself as much as Zoro.
Wow, wow,
I'm saying
wow.
this as someone that really likes Sanji.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know, man. Like, like he mopped the floor with Queen. Like
but
he
but
mopped the like,
Queen isn't top 30 though.
but he mopped the floor with Queen though. Queen's the second commander. Like, and the power up that Sanji got in that fight, regeneration, something that he didn't have before. Regeneration, the speed, the strength, you know, and
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah, but it's like a whole transformation. But instead of hulking out, he just becomes misogynist. Like,
no, but and then no, but that wasn't true. That did not happen. That was Queen. Queen is like Tommy was Sanji's like Tommy was in that one movie. The
the
room.
room.
The room's like I did not hit her. I did not. Oh hi Mark. That was Sanji, but turns out he did not hit her actually. It was Queen. Queen hit her, and Sanji got confused. Sanji thought that he hit her, but no, it was actually Queen. But anyway, also, and he Sanji is so fast now he could become invisible. Like that's how the Queen could not perceive Sanji at all. Like Queen thought that Sanji was using Germa tech. But no, like that's how fast this guy is now. That he's like invisible now. So so now he could use the invisible powers while the race through because of that how fast he is. And then speed equals weight. So now there's more weight to his kicks and all that.
Yeah, more
He's
force,
hotter.
more newtons,
What you said?
more force to the kicks, more
Yeah,
newtons.
yeah. So and his flames are much hotter. So, so for me now Sanji is like lower or equal to Zoro. Like but Zoro got Emma. Emma is like crazy hacks. Um, but Zoro he unlocks Conquerors, but he cannot really use it all the time. I think he said he has a time limit because if not, it will kill him. That's what he was like during the King fight. So it's honestly he doesn't have a time limit for what we could tell. So I guess for me, after the Queen fight, now they're like, you know, now they're there. Now they're like equals. Some people argue they're not. Um, something that I will never
I
argue. Something that I will never argue is Sanji over Zoro. That I will never argue that, even though I'm a Sanji fanboy. It's always Zoro over Sanji.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Something that I will argue is that they could be equals. That's something that
Yeah.
I could argue. But go on. You were gonna say something.
Uh, I mean, are they truly equals though? Like
Right.
Sanji doesn't have conquerors.
That
Like
that's
I'm
that's
pretty
the
sure
only
he's
thing.
gonna get it.
That's the only thing he doesn't have right now. But Zoro could barely use it. Like it's not like Zoro could be like Zoro is not on like Luffy's level. Once Zoro,
Yeah, yeah,
but once Zoro could trains with Conqueror, then then Zoro will be above Sanji. But I don't think by a lot. I just think like how I happen just by one. You know, Conqueror is not the end all be all. It is the new meta
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That is the new meta. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh. Every time there's a new meta, or like Pokemon, whatever. Every time there's the new meta, like everyone has to have it. But
I mean,
but
but can you imagine the kicks getting conquerors coding though?
that'll be that'll be insane. It's like Sanji, all Sanji needs to do is run past by you because he doesn't need to touch you. He just run past by you, and just him passing by you is like hitting you. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
and then once Zoro learns to train the Conqueror's calling, that's gonna be devastating too. Um, also you brought up that Sanji will get Conquerors, or that you think, I think so as well. I think so as well. Um,
hopefully.
hopefully, um, uh, I some people disagree, like, oh, he doesn't have ambitions, he doesn't want to be the strongest or whatever. But there's characters in the series that Whitebeard, for example, Whitebeard, he didn't want the One Piece, but he has conquerors. He had conquerors. All he wanted was just a family, and he still got conquerors. Um, Kakuri, he wanted to be strong enough to protect his family. So Sanji, what? Why not just get Sanji conquerors because he likes to protect his friends. So for me, yes, makes sense. For me, yes, makes sense. But right now, to me, he's either equal or lower to Zoro. Yeah. So just by one.
Yeah.
But and then you had Yamato at 20. Same thing. Also have Yamato at 20. Um, I think ever since Yamato got introduced, she has been stuck in 20 for me. I don't think she has gone up or down. And same thing with ever since we started our top 30. For me, my 20 to 17 has been the same. It has always been Yamato, Sanji, Zoro, and Shiryu. Um, like those has been the same. Everything else is like those are the stuff that changes a little bit. But yeah. And then what else? Law at 16. You have Law at 16. Um,
Yeah. I mean, he
uh,
was putting the work in during the Big Mom fight.
yeah, it's understandable. Yeah, it's understandable. Yeah, like I think
His Willie made a hole in the earth. Oh man.
like for me, like right now, I have Sabo at 16, right? But tomorrow, if I feel like it, I could put Law there. You know, if I feel like it. So, so Law for me is I get it. I get it that why he's that high. You know, it's understandable. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So he's really strong. Yeah, yeah. So I think yeah, I think there's nothing else to say here. We have similar stuff here. So yeah. So let's continue. Let's continue. Let's see. So my 15 is who's my 15? So my 15 is Sengoku. You know the old man trio. I mean, yeah. So Sengoku, you know, Garb, Rayleigh, of course, Mayo Rayleigh, and then 12 I have Beckman, and you know number 11 Green Bull. So so yeah. Uh, yeah, the same. You know, you know me. You know why I have these characters here. So what about you?
Yeah.
What's your 15 to 11?
So my 15 to 11 are at 15 I have Sengoku.
Okay,
I
Sengoku.
have Rayleigh at 14.
Mm-hmm.
At number 13 I have Garp.
Garb Sujo. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. At number 12 I have Aramaki.
Okay. Okay.
And and 11 I have Fujitora.
Fujitora. Okay. 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 Wow. Okay. So we're we're pretty much the same. The only difference is that I have Beckman at 12 and you have Aramaki at 12. And then 11 Fujitora. So okay, so and then we have Sengoku also at 15. Okay, so Old Man Trio. Uh the order that you had them, is it because for a reason or is just it doesn't matter?
I mean, I feel like personally, like when the old man trio, I
Oh.
think Garp is the strongest, closely
Mm,
followed by Rayleigh,
okay, okay.
then Sengoku. But
Okay.
it's because like I mean, it feels like Rayleigh is like the oldest. Like he looks more decrepit. Like he looks uh like he has a couple of years and then he heads to a retirement home. Garp, I don't know. He looked like for Garp for being old. He still looks like the man looks like he's in his 50s or early 60s. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, I get what you mean.
Well,
But
Sengoku, well, he has
uh-huh.
barely seen action.
Oh, okay, that's why you have him older than uh lower than Rayleigh, right?
The
That's
other
why.
two, yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Okay, so I agree with Sengoku. Why, you know, 15. I agree. You know, he barely see any action, and he's retired now. Basically, he's technically retired. So he hasn't seen much action. But I just remember right now he did fought against Jack, briefly, and like you know, Suru was there to help, and I think Fujitora as well. So Jack, he had to play his playful in that moment, but you know, Sengoku was there and he probably helped out. So he has seen like a little bit of action, but most of the time he's just with his goat, probably eating some crackers or whatever, and you know, just hanging, you know. Probably filling out some paperwork or whatever. I don't know what he does, but I think his official title is like inspector or something. Like he's an inspector. So you know he's probably you know checking if everything's up to code or whatever. So yeah. Um. Now you have and then you have Rayleigh and Garp. Uh, for me, this could be interchangeable. You know, like I have Garp and then Rayleigh, but for me it really doesn't matter. It's like I don't know, like Garp, he is that guy like you mentioned. Like he's like I don't know how he is. I think he's like 70 something, and you know he acts like he's in his 50s. You know,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
so I get what you mean. I get what you mean. And Rayleigh, yeah, Rayleigh. I understand what you mean. Yeah, he does seems like yeah, you know, he's getting an age. He did mention, you know, oh, but that's 2023, I think. Yeah, yeah, but whatever. We could bring this up. he mentioned that against Blackbeard, that if they fought, he thinks he will lost against Blackbeard because he's getting old. But I don't know. But just because he said that still doesn't mean he's not top 30. You know, like he's still
Alright.
like that's Blackbeard though. Like of course, like
Yeah.
it's Blackbeard.
Blackbeard's an emperor.
Yeah, he's an emperor, and Rayleigh he's old. So, but he still could beat people below him. Like which is most of the verse. If we're being honest here, most of the verse he could beat. So so yeah. Also reputation. He knows all three types of hockey and all that. So that's why I have him over Garp. But Garp, he is that guy. He is that guy. Um, I'm a huge Garp fan. I'm one of those people who thinks that Garp could kill Akainu in Marineford. If he really wanted to. Like if he really wanted to put some effort, he could. And right now, he's Garp. He's gonna go up against Blackbeard. And what did he ask Leo? He's like, give me Helmeppo. That's all I need. Come on, Helmeppo. Let's mop the floor with these pirates. Show them who they're dealing with, and let's get Kobe back. I saw this TikTok about it was it was comparing Garp and Sengoku. So the caption was Sengoku versus the Emperor. And so it was Sengoku. He's like, um, bring me every admiral, bring me every vice admiral, bring me every marine, bring me the warlords, especially Mihawk. Please bring Mihawk. Bring me all the pacifistas. Like bring me everyone. And then Garp versus the Emperor. And then Garp he's like, give me Helmeppo. And the guy's like, okay, here you go, Helmeppo. Anything else? And then Garp he's like, do we have crackers? And the guy's like, yeah, we have crackers. No, that's all. That's all I need. And then and then the guy's like, you're going up against the Emperor, like, like what? Like who do you think you are? He's like, just give me Helmeppo. So and also, I just think Garp is that guy, and Garp he's going to show that he is that guy. Like I will not be surprised if Garp, mops the floor with the Blackbeard pirates, but then he will have trouble against Blackbeard himself because he's Blackbeard. So, but like for example, we use the burgers. I just remember, yeah. Like okay. One mentioning is Garp in his prime. He is older now, but in his prime, he said that for he's like for warm up he destroyed mountains. Like he obliterated mountains like just for a warm up. But that was like versus Jin Shao. That he's like he meets up with Shin Shao and then he's like like, oh, I'm going to fight with you for a warm up. Like I blew up 8 mountains or whatever with my fist. So now now he's old. He could probably blow up like at least one, maybe one or two. But
Uh-huh.
yeah. So like I could picture this now. Jesus gets some Jesus burgers, get a mountain, throws it to Garp, and Garp he's like he always blows on his fist. So he blows on his
Uh-huh.
fist and then punches the mountain and he obliterates the mountain. He's like, boy, back in my day, he'll do it to my warm up. Back of this is what I did for warm up. So yeah, I do think Garp is still that guy. A lot of people downplay the whole man trio, which is it's understandable. They are old. they're old. But One Piece, time and time again, we've seen, the old folks. They still got it. They still got the, like some people say, they still got the dog in them. Like even though they're old, you know. So Garp, he still got the dog in him. Like I still can't believe the Garp. He's like, give me Helmeppo. That's all I need. And then Doll, she's like, Garp, do you ask our higher ups? You gonna fight against the Emperor? And Garp is like, why would I do that? Like, why would I ask Akainu that, hey, do I need permission to fight against Blackbeard? Like, why would I ask that? I'm him, you know. So yeah, but also I gotta keep in mind that there's the possibility that Garp could get baby shook. There's the possibility. So because Blackbeard, he's Blackbeard. He could do something. He's a schemer. He's always scheming. And as they brought up in the video, that there's a possibility. Leo, I know you're not going to understand this, but there's a possibility that. But
Oh,
the people who has seen or read Bleach, they know what I'm saying. But there's a possibility where Blackbeard does a Yuhabak. That's all I'm going to say. And he could do that. So that's a possibility. That's a possibility. And if he does that, yeah, but I also I love Blackbeard. So if he wins this fight, I'm gonna be screaming peak perfection, because I just love Blackbeard. And some people hate him, and if he wins this fight, people are going to hate him more because like Garp, he defeated Garp, he's Luffy's grandpa or whatever. He's taking another member of the Monkey D family because Ace, he is adopted. Garp they adopted him, so he's part of the family. So Blackbeard's taking another member of the family. So yeah. And then you have this is interesting. You have Aramaki and then Fujitora.
yeah,
So so
Admirals, yeah.
yeah, Emeralds. I wonder where's Benny Boy though. I want let's see where's Bank Beckman in this list, in your list. So yeah, Emeralds make sense. They're this high. Some people say they're too high. My brother would think of that. Because like the last chapter of Aken, because we're on break, so last chapter, my brother he came to me, he's like, "What's Kizaru going to do?" You know, and I'm like, "What do you mean? What Kizaru's going to do? He's Kizaru. He's going to handle business." And I do okay. I, I don't know if I could continue this on now. I guess I will continue this on later, but yeah, I keep a pen on that. I will continue this later. But Aramaki, some people say we both have Aramaki too high because of what happened with Shanks, and Wano in general. So at the end of Wano, so again, like I keep mentioning, like in the previous videos, in my opinion, every Admiral will left in that situation. It just each Admiral will handle it differently. Aramaki, he took the coward way out. He's like, oh, his hands were up. He's like, oh, he's like, oh, it's Shanks. I have to leave now. He was a little bit cowardly. But of course, it's Shanks. Makes sense for me. Um, Kizaru, he will be like, otototo, and then he will dip. You know, he's like, oh, he will be like, kawaii ne, scary, and he will leave. Fujitora, he'll be like, oh, okay. I think Fujitora, I think Fujitora will be like in Stampede. Then in Stampede before leaving, do you saw the movie? Now think about it. Have you seen Stampede?
I have not.
Oh, okay. So there's a moment that Fujitora, Fujitora does something before he leaves. So I think in this situation, if Fujitora was here in Wano, with the whole Shanks thing, I think Fujitora would have done the same thing. He would done the thing that he did in Stampede, and then leaves, and then the characters will handle in that situation. So yeah. But yeah, he will just leave. He's like, okay, here's a parting gift, dips, and so yeah. And then who if Aokiji was still Admiral, Aokiji will be like, oh, it's too much of a hassle to deal with Shanks. So he would just leave. Green, and then yeah, I already said Green Bull, and then Akainu, he's free Admiral, but let's assume he's Admiral, and then he's in Wano, all that jazz. I think Akainu will left too. At first, I thought he, I imagined him staying and then him fighting all that. But then think about it, Akainu he follows the rules, and the rules are you just cannot fight against a Yonko without asking for permission to the higher ups. So and since Akainu he follows the rules, he will follow the rule. He will not interact with Shanks in this situation. So again, like I don't know, like am I making sense to you? Like right now,
I think.
that every admiral who had left in that situation, they would just handle it differently.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Like each admiral has their own um work method.
Yeah,
Uh, like how they would act in different situations.
yeah. So that's what I think. And just because I'm saying this that they were left, that doesn't mean they're not top 30. Like of course they're the strongest. Like for me, they're the like the second strongest group in the verse because there's the uncles, admirals, and then first commanders. And you can also throw in the warlords as well. So so yeah, they have to be like they have to be this high. Like like I don't understand the people who have them like in 30 or like in the 30s to the 20s, or maybe like in the 15s, like in that area. And so I just don't get those people. Like I don't know what do they like what do they see that they're like, oh, they're not top 10 material. Like I don't know. And also if you have to if you go with the narrative route, the narrative is that they're the strongest defense in the Marines. So so yeah, we could continue on this later because there's more admirals in our list, of course. So we could continue on this later. So and then yeah, I guess that's all for that. We could continue. Now I have a question. Is your list from now on? Is there anything different compared to last year? I mean, to the last one that we did.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Because let me see mine. Let's see. Um, no, yeah. I think mine is the same as the last one too. So for that way we could, just that way we could say our number 10 to number 1. You know?
Okay, so you just want to rip off the band-aid.
Yeah, because if it's the same, like I don't. I just want to see. So yeah, I'm just going to go like that. So I will say 5. You say 5. I will say 5. You say 5. For that way, So yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have number 10. I have Fujitoro. Number 9. I have Kizaru. Number 8. Aokiji. Number 7. Akainu. The admirals. So now you say your um. Now you say your 5.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
at number 10, I have Kizaru,
Okay.
Borsalino.
Yeah. Yeah.
At number 9, I have Mihawk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
At 8, I have Aokiji.
Mm-hmm.
At 7, I have Akainu. And at
Mm-hmm.
6, I have Im.
Okay. 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 So, okay, okay, and then now I'll say my. So, for that way we could rip off the bandage. So, and also I forgot to say Mihawk. I forgot to say Mihawk as number 6. So yeah. So okay. So now I will say my 5 to 1 for that way. To see. To finish this. To see if there's any difference because for me it's the same as the last one. So yeah. So number 5, I have Luffy. Number 4, I have Blackbeard. Number 3, I have Big Mom. And number 2, I have Kaido. And number 1, Shanks. So now you say your last remaining 5 for that way we could compare and all that.
At number 5, I have Big Mom.
Oh,
At number
okay,
4, I have Kaido.
okay,
At number 3, I have Luffy.
okay.
At number 2, I have Blackbeard. And
Mm-hmm.
at number 1, I have Shanks.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. Of course, Shanks is number 1. Now, now I forgot to write down your list what you were saying. So repeat your list again from 10 to 1 for that way I could write it down. So 10.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Borsalino,
Okay.
Kizaru.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Number 9, I have Mihawk.
Okay. Mihawk.
8 is Aokiji.
Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm.
7, I have Akainu.
Okay.
6 is Im.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Number 5 is Charlotte Linland, Big Mom.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Number 4, I have Kaido.
Kaido. Mm-hmm.
Number 3, I have Monkey the Luffy.
Monkey the Luffy. Yeah. 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 Okay. Luffy. And then
Number 2, I have Blackbeard, and 1
okay.
is Shanks.
Okay. So yeah, it's the same. For you, it's the same as the last one. And Shanks. Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good that we did this because I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be the same as last time. Okay, so uh okay, so yeah. I guess I guess we could still talk a little bit more, since last thing we were saying was the Ambrose. So yeah, they're obviously up here. They're obviously top 10 material. Like they're the Ambrose, the strongest, the strongest defense in the Marines, all that. So yeah, for me it makes sense that they're up here. That they should be in the top 10s. Um, it's still crazy that you have Luffy at number 3. Um, I'm being generous, and I have him 5. Um, because I don't know, it's a little bit crazy, but I get it. I get it. Um,
I mean, it's the narrative, my man. It's the narrative.
no, but no. The narrative is he's the weakest of the emperors currently, I guess, because for me, I still need to see him 1v1 the emperor, like by himself from the beginning to end. No help, him 1v1. You could argue he did that with Kaido, but no, like I don't think he did that with Kaido because first of all, Kaido he fought like 16 people before Luffy.
Yeah, but they didn't do jack shit. Like the only one that came close to
Nah,
doing something was Yamato.
no,
And even then,
no.
even then
Kaido,
it was just buying time.
Kaido was tired. Kaido was tired. Yamato mentioned that. Oh, Kaido, he must be tired because the fights that he's been fighting people, like he's been fighting people nonstop. So a lot of people went up to Kaido. So, and the Scabbards, they did some damage. Like they have Ryo, so they did some damage. So some of the Scabbards. I don't know if all have Ryo, but like Kingdomon, Inuarashi, and Denjiro, and there's Ashradoshi, I think. Those 4 were the strongest of the Scabbards, and I think those 4 have Ryo, and they're the one who did the most damage, But and also Kaido himself, he said, that the Scabbards were strong, like he admitted that the Scabbards were strong, so I don't know if he was just referring to because Jack lost and he's like, oh, Jack, you're not weak, you're strong. So either I don't know if he was referring to the whole group or just to Inu and Neko because Jack was just fighting Inu and Neko, but still like he acknowledged the strengths of the Scabbards. And then when Luffy and Luffy, Kid, Law, Zoro, and Keller, when they joined the fray, Kaido was getting some damage with them too. Big Mom was there too, so they were not just focused on Kaido, but Kaido got some damage, And then Yamato, no, then Luffy does a 1v1 briefly against Kaido. He does something, briefly, and then he loses. Yamato shows up, and she she did something decent. It was decent. Made him bleed once, but that was barely. But she did good. And then Luffy and Momo shows up, and Momo he didn't do much. I think he only bit Kaido like once or whatever. And then this was another 1v1. And then here was Luffy. Luffy was doing actually pretty good. Like the fight was really good. And then the Guernica shows up, stops Luffy, Kaido kills him. And then Gear 5, and then this is where Luffy was like this is where Luffy was like stomping Kaido because he was using him as a jump rope. But still Kaido was still holding holding him down. So yeah, all I need is Luffy to fight against Emperor 1v1. And once that happens, then I will place him above Kaido and Big Mom. But for now, I have him at 5. So yeah. But also I don't mind you having him in 3, because Gear 5 is broken. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't mind him being 3. I'm just saying why I have him below Big Mom Kaido, because some people, I know some people will say 3 is crazy. Some people will say 5 is crazy because I have him over Mihawk. Same thing as you. But I don't know. I just he was using Kaido as a jump rope. He's gonna do the same thing with Mihawk's sword with Yoru. He's going to get Yoru and use it as a jump rope or a whip or something. As a toothpick, to clean, like Luffy could be wacky now with Gear 5, and
Yeah.
so yeah, and also some people say for me Mihawk I having 6. Some people say that that's too either too high or too low. I think now people will mostly say that's too low. Some people have him below Shanks. Some people argue he's above Shanks. Those are the how the those are the weirdos. I don't know this gets so that's a little bit crazy to say, but yeah. And then let me look. Emo. Yeah, you always include emo. It makes sense. Like
Yeah.
yeah, you know. We don't know anything, but if he is a fighter, he has to be up there. Um, maybe even stronger than Shanks because if he is the ruler of the world and all that, um, if he is a fighter or she, we don't know. But I think Emu is gonna be a she. I think Emu is gonna be a girl, a queen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
it makes sense. I don't know.
Uh,
For me, it just makes sense to be a queen. Because
yeah.
Mother Sea and Mother Nature and all that, and
Yeah. Also, like being a girl boss.
that's just you. That's just you. the but I wouldn't mind a attractive girl boss. Ball, she's basically a girl boss. Uh, Big Mom in her younger, she's still a girl boss, but in her younger years, she was a attractive girl boss. But yeah, I get what you mean. But I knowing all the if emo is a guy, if emo was a guy, I would not be surprised if emo looked like a Roshi. Something goofy, like goofy or whatever, because Oda does that sometimes. He
I
does.
mean, I
He,
mean, the
he,
silhouette has a long crown, but like that
but
doesn't necessarily have to be a crown. Like considering Vegapunk,
oh
who
yeah,
knows?
but because I saw a drawing of like oh y'all think Evil's gonna be a woman. Nah, this Evil's gonna look like a Roshi, and someone drew it, and like the bottom of the silhouette is the body, and then the rest is just the really tall crown. like a really a really tall crown. And so I'm like, yeah, well, they could do that. But no, anyway, I think Emo is gonna be a woman. Um, although he's gonna be like, although he's friends with Kishimoto, but if Emo is a woman, low key, he's kind of saying like, yo, Kishimoto, this is how you do a female villain, a final female villain. Because I think you're familiar.
Uh,
You're familiar, right? Or what happened at the end of Naruto?
the final villain was that chick and was like out the ass.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're familiar. Yeah. Yeah. So all the like, if Emo is a woman, I think he's kind of low key a stab to Naruto. Like this is how you do it. But, that's just me. Coming up with agendas. But but yeah. And speaking of emo, this is like a small tangent. Roger Base, he's hosting a competition of it's Roger attacking and Joe Boy of design to design emo, you know. And I'm not sure if I'm going to. I'm not that interested in it, but I may do something. I don't know. If I do something, yeah, I'm gonna make emo a woman, because that's what I picture. So yeah. Um, I just wanted to mention that, and then so yeah. So emo at 6. You have emo 6. Akainu 7. Aokiji 8. Mihawk at 9. That for me that's a little bit low. I don't know, but it's understandable. I guess
I mean, all the animals are interchangeable. I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah. They are. For I like to yeah. I like to think they're all almost equal. Like they're like
Yeah.
yeah, I like to think they're interchangeable. Even though some will argue that Greenbow he's not like Greenbow's the weakest, or Fujitora some people will argue. When it comes
I
to
mean,
the
I mean, the only argument for Green Bull is that he got embarrassed by Shanks. Like,
but
yeah, he got humiliated,
yeah,
but
yeah,
by Shanks.
it's Shanks. Yeah, that's the thing I don't like. That's the thing that I don't get with these people. like, oh, he got humiliated by Shanks. I'm like, it's Shanks, of course. Like that's what should happen. You know, that's it should be that way. You know, but it's like, oh, he got humiliated by Shanks. You know, like that means he's the weakest admiral, and also he should be like number 15 or on a good day. You know what I mean. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but for me, like ever since we did the top 30s, you know, like for me, I always place the admirals around the like 10, you know, around that around that 10 number. Um, so it's always been like 10, like 10 to like 10, 9, 8, 7. How many? 6. Yeah, because of Green Bull. So like that, those numbers always been the admirals. I lowered Green Bull a little bit, you know, number 11 now, but yo, it's always been like around there. I always have them grouped up because you know they're the admirals. And you're similar also. Sometimes you like for example, sometimes you throw Mihawk into the mix, like in between the admiral here and there. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's understandable. I get it. But yeah, and so what else we got here? What else we got here? Um, Blackbeard number 2. So it makes sense. You know, narrative speaking, he should be above Luffy. Number 2, I don't think number 2, but you know,
I mean, he
like
has something up his sleeve.
yeah, he does. You know, like you know, there's this theory. You know, like I know you that you know that you know the Yami Yami, the dark fruit is actually a mythical Soin. You know, and that it's like the moon god or whatever. You know, something like along those lines. So it got me thinking, if that theory is true, that the Yami Yami is actually a mythical Soin, then that means he's missing a Logia. So what Logia can he get? Because you know, in this scenario, Yami Yami is actually a Zoan, so now he has a Zoan and like a strong Zoan and a strong Paramecia. And the Zoan is basically a Logia because it has Logia properties. But that means he's missing like a proper Logia. So I wonder
Yeah.
what Logia can he get? Like like is he going to get one that we've seen or like a new one? Like and if it's a new one, like what new Logia would you like to see for Blackbeard? Like something broken, you know? Like I don't know. That's the thing. Like I can't imagine a new Logia because Oda has used a lot. Like he has used a lot of you know like the basics. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
and the most one of the most creative Logias is the swamp. You know, the swamp fruit.
yeah.
Because like I will not think of like a swamp. You know, like for a Logia, but it's creative though. Um, I don't know why some people were surprised that Green Bull is a Logia, like the forest fruit. Like I'm like it makes sense.
I was.
I don't know, like you know, like for example, Mr. Morge, he mentioned that when he thinks of forest, he doesn't think of Logia. I think he said something like that. And uh, I'm like, that's the first thing I think of a Logia, like you know, for me, or it could be a Panbasia as well. But the first thing that forest fruit Logia, that's the well, for me that's the first thing that comes to mind. I was hoping for a Soin. Because it will complete the trifecta of the Delphros, you know? Like,
Yeah,
oh,
the current Admirals, yeah.
Kizaru, Logia, Fujitora, Paramecia, him, so on. And I don't have OCD, but it bothers me, though. It does. It really does that he's not, like, it really does bothers me that he's not a Soin. Like, the same thing with, I don't think I ever told you this. Well, probably not because in high school you didn't read One Piece. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I never told you this, but in high school, I remember I had a theory that Sabo ate a Soin. For that way, it will be the trifecta of Asa. Yeah, Asa was dead obviously, but it will be like the trifecta of like Luffy, Paramecia, Sabo, Zoan, and then Ace Logia. Now we know, now we know that Luffy actually is Zoan, but but yeah, that was like in my little theory I had in high school. But no, Sabo eats the Maramara. And now we know that Luffy's not even Paramecia, he's a Zoan, So yeah, but that was like a little thing I had. And it kind of did bother me a little bit. Like, oh damn, Sabo got the flare fruit. Um, my fictional OCD. It bothered my fictional OCD, but yeah. Um, I don't know. Maybe Odo could throw a curveball. Then it turns out no, he's actually someone. Oh, all along, the I don't know the he ate the human fruit, forest god, whatever. Which actually I think some people are theorizing that because isn't there it's the forest god, the sun god, the moon god, and the rain god, right? Those are the
I don't remember seeing a moon god. I
no.
remember it was it was the what what's your water god? I had to look it up.
Yeah, but you know what theory you know the theory that I'm referring to.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're the one who brought it up. I think actually, when we did that video, whenever that came up. So yeah, Shanks obviously number one, like
No,
not
wait.
uh-huh.
Well, beyond the shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, like there's no doubt. There's a few haysayers. There's a few people who will disagree with us. Those are the I don't know what they're thinking, but yeah, there's a couple people who will disagree with us. Some people probably have dragons. Dragons number one. Actually, you where's dragon on your list? Wait, where's? Do you forgot about him, or did I forgot that you mentioned dragon?
I thought about it, but like this, but yeah, like it was top 30, so I couldn't put everyone. So
Okay, last time we did it, you had dragon 26. So yeah, he went off the list. So okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm very surprised you didn't have dragon because you always place him somewhere. Actually, the first list that you did. Oh wait, I don't have it read. I have to look for it. But the first list that we did, I think you had dragon like in top five. The one that we did in 2021. Uh,
Yeah.
let's see. Where's dragon? Yeah, you had him. You had him number five. The first list that we did. Yeah. Man, I'm looking at the first list. Man, you had Luffy at 16. Those were those were the times where Luffy wasn't like in any conversation of being top five, let alone top 10. In the verse. But now he's
Yeah.
there. Now he's there. Because
I
you're.
mean, I mean, Wano shook things up. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely one of the six things stuff. That was 2021. We were still in Wano, but obviously it's before Gear 5. I think 20 if I'm correct, 2022 started with the ending. No. What? I don't know where. Actually, I don't know where. When did 2022 start? I was about to say the ending of the Olden flashback, but that doesn't make sense. Though, because that was well, yeah, that was Act 3, but no, that doesn't make sense at all. Um, yeah, I don't know where 2022 started. I think has to be in the thousands. Has to be, right? Because every year, if Walla doesn't take a break, he should be releasing 35 chapters a year. If I'm correct, around that number. So or 32 chapters actually. And but since he takes breaks, he doesn't release that much. So yeah, I think it has to be like around the thousands, around there before Gear 5, before Gear 5. So yeah. Um, let's see. So yeah, Shanks number one. He has to be. Also, here's a question. So, do you think Shanks is as strong or stronger than Roger in his prime right now?
I'd say he's if he isn't as strong, he's
Mm.
close.
Okay, close. Um, I say, I'm going to say, I think he's as strong, or maybe you could argue maybe even stronger than Roger, because the newer generation should get stronger than the previous generation, and Roger was strong. He was ridiculously strong, but but it just Wi-Fi hockey, man. The thing that Shanks did the Green Bowl was insane. Like he sent his hockey. across Wano all the way to Greenbow. like,
Yeah.
that's just insane. This is a Wi-Fi hockey. How people are calling it. Same day shipping hockey.
Five 5G hockey.
5G, 5G hockey. Yeah. Those are the 5G towers. That's what happened to Greenbow. So yeah, it's just insane what he did, and then the like we still don't know if he was talking to Greenbow with his hockey. Like, we still don't know if that's the case. And what's the funny thing is, Shanks, Yasub, I think it was Yasub, or not, no, it wasn't Yasub. It was like, I think Lucky Roo or whoever. It was like, hey, do you want to see Luffy? And Shanks is like, nah, not yet. He's not ready yet. I'm like, yeah. Like, oh wow. So that's why I have him in 5. Because Shanks Shanks he thinks Luffy's not ready. So to meet him yet. Which is, yeah, Luffy hasn't done anything close to what Shanks just did. But but the reason why I have him over the Emeralds is because, when Green Bull went to Wano, Luffy he just sat down and he let Yamato, Momo, and the Skyros handle business. And he was there ready just in case if he didn't need help, but he was confident in Momo and the rest. You know, so so yeah, and Jinbei was there, Sanji and Zoro, and if Sanji and Jinbei and Luffy and Zoro joined up, I think that would be a wash for Green Bull. I don't think Green Bull is going to handle those 5 people plus Yamato and the Scabbers. So, well, he washed the Scabbers, but like like Yamato and those 5 people, I think it's gonna be too much for Green Bull. I don't know. Like, Green Bull, he commented that Yamato's hockey is strong. He commented that, oh wow, you pack a punch. So so yeah. That's why I think some people still think that Luffy is not Admiral level or above Admiral. Um, I just think he's there. I just think he's already above the Admirals. So yeah. We just gotta wait and see what happens in the Stubble and not Stubble in Egghead. You know. Also, I just remember the thing that I mentioned earlier. My brother asked was Kizaru's gonna do against Luffy and Egghead or whatever. Um, I guess he downplays the Admirals a lot, actually, like a lot. Like, it's scary how much he downplays the Admirals. But but like, again, Luffy's going to beat him, but it's still gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a decent fight. Kizaru, he still could handle business. I saw this fan art today. Someone drew Kizaru versus Zoro and Brook, and Kizaru, he's missing an arm. He's all bloodied up. But Zoro and Brooks, they're impaled by light. And Kizaru, he's like, man, I underestimated them. I'm like, Kizaru, you won this fight, according to the artist. You won the fight, but you did lose an arm though. You lost an arm and you're like damaged up. But I'm assuming the artist saying that that Kizaru, he will lose against, like, it will be a tough fight against Zoro and Brook. I think that's what the artist is saying, because in the art they lost the fight because Zoro lost an arm and he's like badly injured. So interesting. That's an interesting take. I don't know. I think Zoro could beat Kizaru. I think Sanji could. Brooks obviously not. Brooks doesn't have hockey. Um, I was thinking though. Can you? You're the science guy here, but can you slow down light with cold? Like, I don't know. Can you do that? Can you like freeze light? I think I heard that.
Nah, nah, light doesn't work that way.
No, but
Like, if you slow down time, yeah, it can slow down light.
okay. But can you not turn light into? I don't know. I think I saw something that you could turn light into a liquid state if you with something, like if you cold it enough or something. I don't know. Like, or it's a theory or something. Like, it's not theory.
Yeah, but the problem is that light itself isn't fucking
y-
mass. It's
you
just
call off.
photons.
You call off. What you said?
the light itself isn't mass. It's just photons. Like it isn't composed of atoms, so it's not like you could touch the light, but like it's not like while you're interacting with it or whatever. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
like the most you could do is make things like make a solid go to the speed of light. That would be devastating.
Yeah. 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 Well.
Like having a pebble from outer space. Like I remember seeing like a YouTube short on this.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you throw like a pebble from outer
Mm-hmm.
space into
Mm-hmm.
the earth, like at light speed,
Yeah.
that would cause like a mini explosion.
Yeah.
Like you could see from space.
Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
it's just like a dot, but still, it's humongous. Like on the earth itself. So, but light itself, nah, it doesn't have mass.
Okay. Okay. But I know I saw this a while ago. Something about freezing light or whatever. Um, that so cold that you, I don't know, like there's a temperature so cold that you can freeze light or whatever, and that goes into a liquid state. I forgot where I saw it. I think it was like a TikTok or a YouTube short or something. Like those shorts about like the science guy, and it's like oh, did you know? Uh, I don't know if you've seen the guy. I guess it will be attention. But you seen the guy? He's like, oh, this is actually very dangerous. If you know what I'm talking about. Like he talks
Huh?
very slow, and he always says, this is this. It's actually very dangerous. If you do this and that, you could do this, and then but if you could do this, it does this. I don't know. He has a very specific voice. Uh, he was actually a guest star in Trash Taste in one episode. Yeah, since he never shows his face, I did not recognize him. But once he started talking, I'm like, yo, he's the guy. He's the YouTube guy, the guy who does the videos about science and all that. He had like the sponge. I think it's like a sponge that is like air, basically.
Mhm.
So he did a video about that. Uh, I think that's his most famous one, but yeah, he's a guy who does that. I'm pretty maybe I saw it from him or maybe I saw it from someone else, but yeah, that's like a little science thing, a little tangent. But yeah. Um, what else can we say? I think I don't know, like um about the top 30s. I'm fine. I don't know. And is there anything from my list that you're like wow, that's crazy, like that's insane, you know?
I'm not even thinking about your list. I'm thinking about the light thing.
Oh, you think about the light thing? Okay, but about my list, like, is there anything like wow, that's insane? Like, I can't believe you just did that, or
I mean, some I would say that they're low, like Curry and Law, but like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like it's not something I would lose sleep over.
Oh yeah, some people will. I know. Yeah, some people will sleep over that. Okay, okay. About your list, Jesus Burgers. He doesn't. He does not deserve to be here. My opinion.
He's strong though. He's strong.
What? uh, I don't know, Leo. I disagree. I disagree on that. I
I
disagree that he's
mean,
strong, but yeah.
he's carrying a mountain.
But yeah, that's a feat. That is a feat, but still, not it's not impressive. For me, it's not impressive. Um, like I don't know, man. Who else from your list? Um, let's see. Sanji being a couple. Sanji being a couple characters below Zoro. So I get it, but a little bit blasphemous, a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah. The Seraphims, interesting that you placed them. I don't mind that they're here. I do think they're top 30. Like I mentioned, I just think we haven't seen enough, so uh that's why I took them off on my list. But But 2023, they're definitely gonna be there. You know, like, and we're also going to see, are they equals, or are there some stronger than others? We gotta wait and see for that. Let's see what else. I know Rob Lucci. Some people, and mine's and yours, they're gonna be like, especially yours. You have him higher than me.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be, oh, that's blasphemous. He's a bum. He should not be here. So yeah, there's that. Old Man Trio. You know, a lot of people disrespect them. I think, you know, they're yeah, they're the old generation, but but they're so strong. You know, they have to be in the top 30. I think where you have them and where I have them, you know, it's good. It's a good placement for them. Eventually Zoro is gonna be stronger than them. You know, eventually. And just right now, and Sanji as well. It's just right now they're not there yet. You know, like Blackbeard. Like, okay, if Zoro, like, I guess here's a question. If Zoro was an Amazon Lily, will Blackbeard left if it was Zoro? Like, do you think Blackbeard will left? I don't think so. I don't think so. Like, like he
Nah,
he left.
nah.
He left because it was Rayleigh. He's like, oh, I know who you are. I'm about to dip. You know. If it was Sengoku, I think he would probably left too. And if it was Garp, well, we're gonna wait and see. We're gonna see how he's going to act with Garp. But I think he will thought about it. He's like, nah, you're Garp. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I think he's going to think about it just a little bit. But you know, there's not that many characters in the series who could do that to Blackbeard. You know, like uh Shanks. Shanks was one of them. Yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah. When Shanks pulled up in Marineford, Blackbeard, he's like, I'm about to head out. You know, I'm not ready. He's like, I'm not ready for Shanks yet. Even though he gave him the scar, but we don't know how that went down. Um, so, but yeah, he's like, I'm about to head out. There's been two instances where a character showed up and stopped Blackbeard in his tracks. That was Rayleigh and Shanks. So, like, even though Rayleigh said, I probably will not have beaten him if we fought. I just think really he's underestimating himself. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe, you know, he all the you know, he's writing the story. You know, he obviously he knows more than us. But I still think Rayleigh could handle Blackbeard. Not maybe not win, but he will damage him or something. You know, leave a scar. You know, he will do damage. He will do damage. So yeah. Let's see what else from your or my list. Um. Oh, I thought about this for this list. I consider including Lucky Roo and Yasop under Beckman. So in this case, will have been like Lucky Roo. He will have been 13 and Yasop 14, and then the Omen Trio, and then, you know, the rest of my list. Um, I consider them because I'm like, I think I don't include them because we haven't seen nothing from them. But I was like, like deep down, like, you know, my biases is that they're there. That's where they should be. That's my bias. But not think forgetting about my biases. I'm like, well, we haven't seen anything, so I should not include them. But I was close. I was close to include them. I was very close to, include Lucky Roo and Yasop. And why them specifically is because chapter 957, the ultimate, new brand new. He said that in the Red Hair Pirates, Beckman, Lucky Roo, and Yasop, they're the heavy hitters. Heavy hitters. They're the noteworthy members of the crew. He also said that they're all noteworthy, but those three are the, Pacific ones. And of course Shanks, of course, since he's the captain. But so yeah. Anything else? I think that's all for me. What about you?
Yeah, nothing else for me, Chief.
Yeah. I think that's all. It was good. 2022. Like I mentioned in the beginning, 2022 was a crazy year for power scaling for One Piece, and I kind of regret doing the mid year top 30 because that way this one will be more like a surprise, I guess. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
but at the same time, we didn't have to talk much in this one because we did that one. So yeah, So,
Yeah.
but I think for 2023, I'm not gonna do the mid year. I'm just going to wait for the end of the year. For that way this will be a little bit more interesting, I guess, to see how different things are. I guess any predictions for 2023? Any predictions?
Uh, Sanji gets conquerors.
Mm, okay. 20. I don't know.
I doubt it, but I want it.
I think that's too early. I think we gotta wait for the final arc at least. We're in the final saga, but I think that's gonna be like final arc stuff. Uh,
Yeah, but how will he master it though? Like if it's his final art, like
well,
he needs he
uh,
needs to train it to get golding or something. You know what I
but
mean?
in One Piece, in One Piece they master stuff during the fights. That's how all the races fights. But I could see I could see the final arc being like a not just one battle, but multiple battles, right? And so in one battle, Sanji
Hmm.
gets it, and then in a couple of battles he trains with it, and then in the final battle he mastered it. It's kind of like how Luffy fought against Bruno as a test run for the gears, and then he fought against Luffy, you know. So
Yeah, yeah.
so something like that, but but with Sanji with Conquerors. So yeah. Anything else about like for example, will you have Crocodile? Like, do you see Crocodile being your top 30, like potentially or something like that?
I really want him to be in the top three, but I need to see something from him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I do. Um,
Like, I need the evidence to like back it up.
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
I also want to see Enel, so like to see
Mm.
like how he has like grown. You know what I mean?
Yeah, how he stacks up to yeah to the current
Yeah,
characters.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I want to put him in the top three, but I can't justify it.
Some people do. Like some people have it in the top 30 because again he blew up a whole island, effortlessly. Um, One of the most broken Darfus we've seen in the series. He came back to life. Like, we only see Luffy do that. And we still don't know how that happened. So yeah, I know he has the feats, but he doesn't have armament, and that's that's the meta. You do need you do need armament to be to be considered in the top 30. His observation
I
is
mean, he
great.
can trade together. He can trade together.
Oh yeah, of course, of course. And his observation was still one of the best in the series. So yeah, so yeah. Um, but okay, and so I guess my predictions. Let's see if I have any. Luffy, Luffy being Amro, which is gonna be Kizaru. He's gonna be the first one. Um, and showing people that yeah, Luffy he's above Amro. I I guess this will not be a prediction for next year, but for the future of the story, um, yeah, it would be cool if Luffy clashes against Akainu and fight for a little bit. But I think Sabo's gonna fight against Akainu. I think Luffy's gonna do the other stuff. Luffy could maybe fight against him briefly, land a couple blows, whatever. Weaken him a little bit maybe for that way Sabo could handle the rest. I could see that because I think it'll also be a bummer if Luffy doesn't interact with Kaido. So, uh, so yeah, I think that's what will happen. Not next year, but in the future. Um, Garp, uh, he's going to show why he's up here, why I have him so high. Because some people think this is too high for Garp for the moment trio. So Garp, he's gonna show why I have him so high. And depending on what he does, I may even put him higher. I don't know. Like if he goes all out, if Garp mops the floor with the Blackbeard powers and all that, I may even put him higher. I don't know. That's crazy to think about, but hopefully. Let's see. Will be cool. I don't know if it's true, but according to the Beaver cards, then Goku has conquerors. if Son Goku has conquerors, like I could imagine Garp having conquerors too. It would be crazy if he shows up conquerors, you know. So yeah, there's that. What else? I think that's for prediction wise. I think that's about it. I don't have anything else in mind when it comes to power scaling. So yeah, I think that's all. Yeah, I think that's the video. So yeah. If you made it this far, I don't know, drop your top 30s in the comments. Uh, Again, shout out to the first guy that I mentioned in the beginning, Arthur Woods. You know, if you're watching this, if if you want to comment your top 30. I'm interested. I don't know if I'm going to reply. I hate, I don't like texting or whatever. You know, so I don't know if I'm going to reply in the comments. You know, maybe I did reply in the previous one. You know, in your previous comment, I did reply to that one. So maybe I'll reply to this one if you comment. So yeah, comment your top 30. I don't know if you're watching this. Why do you think our top 30 is bad? Because someone's going to disagree. Actually, most people are going to disagree. So yeah. Um, what else? I don't know. What was I don't know. I don't know. I guess that's all. I think of that you could comment. I don't know. Do you think Saw was that guy? That's something. Do you think Akainu is that guy? Some people have Akainu very high. Um, I know some people say I have Akainu very low. So yeah, I just don't think he's that guy. You know. So yeah. And Dragon. Yeah. Do you think Dragon is that guy? Where do you have Dragon? Your top 30? Like if you're going to comment. Um, and I think that's about
Do
it.
you think Jesus is that guy?
Ah, yeah. Do you think Jesus? Do you think any member of the Blackbeard crew is that guy besides Aokiji and Shiryu? Like besides them, do you think any of the other members are that guy or gal? Because you know there's what's her name? Katarina Devon. So there's her too. So yeah, and that's about it. So yeah, leave a like if you liked it. Just like if you don't, comment or say where you could comment and hit the
Hit,
subscribe button. And what you gonna say though? Gonna say something?
hit the subscribe button just like the U.S. military head balloon.
Oh man, you caught off. You said U.S. military. What happened? What happened with the up in the military?
Hit the subscribe button just like the U.S. military hit a balloon.
Oh, balloon. I don't know the story. What happened?
I don't know, they hit some balloon.
They hit some balloon.
They ex- they they blew up a Chinese balloon or whatever.
Oh, well, that's not good. But well, hopefully nothing bad happens. Hopefully nothing bad happens. But yeah, do that. Do that. Hit the subscribe button just like the U.S. military hit a Chinese balloon. So yeah, do that and see ya.